The following presentation is for mature audiences only.
Who are you?
He's a fine man.
All hell is broken loose.
He's a great broadcaster.
He's a very powerful guy. Absolutely brilliant.
Feared by men, adored by women.
He's a smart boy.
It's patriotic.
It's no big deal.
It's the end of the world.
I might as well tell you now. He's a monkey.
And how you doing, ladies and germs and bald-headed worms? Welcome into another edition of The Wild Side with Eric Clark. I am your host, Eric Clark, saying thank you for taking time out of your busy day to give my video a watch and a listen. If you like it, like it. If you think other people are going to dig it, give it a share. Make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel and you're following me on all the social media platforms. That way, if there's a band, a song, a video, something you want me to check out, you can hit me up with a DM or you can leave it in the comments below. If you are going to follow me on social media and hit me up with a DM, all I ask, no spamming. It's not how it works, okay? It's just not how it works. I appreciate it. Thank you. And if you are going to leave it in the comments below, just do me a favor. Join the I Concur Army. We are a worldwide army, and I love every single one of you, man. It is awesome to see you guys posting that on my social media. I'm seeing it on other reactors' channels. I think it is awesome. And all you have to do to join the I Concur Army is scroll down through the comments. If you see your suggestions already been made or you see a suggestion you agree with, all you have to do is like that suggestion and below reply with I concur. That helps my old burnout resin-coated DJ brain put everything into a nice little organized list, and I can get it into the handy-dandy notebook. And good job, by the way. I had to open up a brand new handy-dandy notebook. So you guys are doing great. Thank you very much for your suggestions. You are my Sherpa on this new music journey of mine, and I can't say thank you enough. So join the I Concur Army, read through the comments, hit a like, reply with I Concur. Another way that you can join the I Concur Army and get your suggestion to me, every Saturday we gather around the campfire starting at 2 p.m. Central Time. It is the Wild Side Live. 2 hours of discussion of rock and roll, pop culture, life in general. I answer everybody's questions about the music industry. My late wife was an attorney for ASCAP. I've worked in radio for over 30 years, so I answer a lot of questions and tell crazy stories about backstage adventures. So it's your opportunity to hang out. No politics, no religion, just a couple of hours of just hanging out with folks from all over the world and getting a lot of opinions and a lot of thoughts about music, pop culture, movies, and stuff like that. We keep it positive for the Wild Side Live. Every Saturday, 2 p.m., live streaming right here on the channel. But you have to be a subscriber to join the chat. It's easier than my sister, my man. Before we get into today's video, I do want to say thank you to Aspen Dental, Connect 200, Music 2C, Gothic Jewelry, and of course, Aunt Betty's Nut Butter. They're the reasons I don't ask you for money. And don't worry, my family doesn't watch my videos, so they didn't hear that. So I'm not worried about that. Today's video, we are jumping back onto the Nightwish train, and we are heading to the 2020 album Human Nature, debuting on the charts at #1 in Finland and #2 on the U.S. hard rock charts. Now, I know that most people just focus on the Billboard or the top 40. People in my industry, we look at whatever charts are relevant to whatever format we're playing. So very well done. Human Nature is the album, and today we are checking out the Planet Rock acoustic session version of How's the Heart. It's just Floor and Troy. And I am excited to check it out, but I don't know how it's going to affect me. So here we go. It's, How's the Heart, Nightwish.
Planet Rock. Planet Rock.
We see a mother with no child. We meet a stranger, poor exiled. How's the heart while it still beats? Asks and no one, another John Doe. Sorrow hides well in your shell. A fellow man with her to spare. Here I am to share the fear, an act of kindness without a name. And how's the heart underneath the silence? How's the one drowning in the mire? Let us sound to human pain. Come in, the fire's warm, burn the rope and add some more. the sea. Shared a story, took the lead. A rose uprooted, hid a note. You know where you've been there. Now there's one who came from me, a child of light, another tale. Dear one, night will come but not to stay. Oh, why? The answer's in the house, the heart. Underneath the silence, house, the one. Drowning in the mire, let us sound. Human pain, come in, the fire's warm. Burn the rope and then some more. Fair winds, my love, fly towards the calm. Fly your darling arms towards a beating heart, a beating heart. How is the heart underneath the silence? How's the one drowning in the mire? Let us sound a human pain. Come on in, the fire's warm. How is the heart underneath the silence? How's the one drowning in the mire? Let us sound a human pain. Come on in, the fire's warm. How's the heart underneath the silence? How's the one drowning in the mire? Let us sound human pain. Come on in. How's the heart underneath the silence? How's the one drowning in the mire? Let us sound human pain. Come in, the fire's warm. By the rope and then some. How's the heart? How's the one drowning in the mire? Let us sound human pain. Come in, the fire's warm. By the rope and then some more.
Oh, dude, come on, man. There you go. How's the heart? Oh, Nightwish, Planet Rock, acoustic version. I do need a second. I got caught into that. Yeah, I got pulled into that one really well, man. I tried to keep up with my notes as the thoughts were flowing through my head, but that is just a masterpiece of tone and harmony. There's a... Sorry, my head is still somewhere else. My late wife passed from what was basically described as a broken heart. It was a disease that she had that was called broken heart's disease, led to heart disease. So it's a... That's a tough hear. That is what I call a tough hear. But it's a beautiful masterpiece. It really is. It's so powerful. You don't want to hear it because you don't want to feel what you can't help but feel. You're afraid, because I'm afraid of those feelings, right? So I avoid that stuff. That's why I've been avoiding certain songs and certain suggestions. Because you're afraid of those feelings. Sometimes you got to face them, don't you? You know, sometimes you have to dig your heels in and say, I'm still here. This is going to be like the Marshall Tucker song, Can't You See? It's so beautiful. This song is so beautiful. and so perfect that I can't hear it because it's going to hurt too much. Because the way that Tuomas creates music and pieces of art is really what he's creating here. So let me try to get to what I've been writing down. The way he makes the unrelatable relatable is what makes that genius so powerful in its connection to you personally. This is written for something completely that has nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me. Yet, it cuts so deep, you have to have a different level of thinking and processing to get to that. And what I love about Tuomas, I talk about this all the time, about he is this genius of metal layer cakes or musical layer cakes. He knows exactly how much to put and what to put where and when and for how long. He knows exactly what his arsenal has. And when he sits down and writes, he's writing from his own place. But he's able to translate what he's feeling into a universality. And sometimes his compositions are very complicated and very intricate and very subtle, with changes and shifts and flows throughout the colors that are going on in my head. But sometimes there's a reason. There's an expression, keep it simple, stupid. There's a reason for that. I've had this conversation before about being able to sit down in my 30 years and talk to people, being able to sit down with rock stars and musicians and producers and people in the industry. I've not wasted my time. I've spent 30 years of my career asking questions. It was one of the first pieces of advice I got when I started in radio. Yeah, you talk for a living, but when you're not getting paid to do it, when you're not getting paid to talk, you should be listening. That's what you should be doing on your free time. Asking questions and listening, learning as much around you as you can. So I've had the opportunity to sit down with people that I think are geniuses, being able to take what I'm feeling and put it out there in a way that I'm not able to, yet I'm able to understand and feel and allow the color pattern to go through my head. And I was talking to a gentleman who did a regular segment on our radio station. Guy's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He wrote Midnight Hour, Knock on Wood. He's co-writer of Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. Steve Cropper. I think he's in the intro. A picture of he and I is in the intro. And I remember asking him, where do you come up with this stuff? Where do you come up with these perfect songs that just tap into this uncontrollable flood of emotions that come out of you, whether it's crying because you're listening to this or dancing because you hear that? You know, how do you tap into that? And I remember him saying, you know, if you ever see interviews with him, I'm sure it's the same way with Tuomas. Very humble, very, hey man, I'm just doing my thing here. But he did say something interesting. He said, you know, I write about two things that everybody relates to: what makes you dance and what makes you cry. Those are the two things that everybody can relate to: what makes you happy and what makes you sad. So I keep it simple. I don't overcomplicate that. And this is a song that is a perfect example of that. There are 4 instruments in this song, and 2 of them are voices. And when I wrote down masterpiece of tone and harmony, what Troy is doing with the acoustic guitar and his vocal is what I like to call audio simmering. He's right there, but he's not over here. It's perfect. It's a perfect layer of ebb and flow between Troy and his place in the song. And he does it brilliantly. And all I'm hearing that prog. I'm hearing that 70s indelible tone of Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Moody Blues, yes, Jethro Tull, all of it. I'm hearing it. But there's a crispness to it. There's a fresh linen vibe to the tone that Troy is creating with the guitar and his three instruments, with his guitar and his vocals harmonizing with Floor. So it's brilliant. I apologize. There's only three instruments, guitar and two voices. My bad. So speaking of Floor, I've said this before about her voice. The way that she commands the air of her song, of her vocals, the way that she commands that air and controls that air. It's very unique because I've described it as Floor Jensen has the vocal ability to hold you in her arms and hold you close and whisper in your ear that everything is okay, and then push you down a flight of stairs. And then when you get down there, when you land at the bottom of the stairs, she's there to hug you again and tell you everything's okay, and you don't mind being pushed down the stairs. It's this crazy peeling of your own onion that they are able to do. And I just find it absolutely magnificent in the growth of Tuomas. And I can hear it. So I can go back to his early work and I can hear coming up now, I can hear that growth. You can hear that exploration. And you can hear everybody's growth around him. So everybody he's using, you can track their growth. Not just in the band, but in life. It's this genius that I'm almost envious of. You know, you have to be envious of something like that. So very brilliant, very well done. It's gonna, like I said, I don't know if I can hear that again. You know, there are certain songs that are in a category for me that I can't hear. For one reason, whatever her name is, or another reason, whatever her name is. It's either going to be about something I feel towards my late wife, or it's going to be something I feel towards the only other woman I've loved. And both have shut off a part of me to things that were once staples in my life. Certain music, certain things I avoid now because I'm afraid, I'm scared of facing the hurt that I feel. Because, you know, I'm a dude or whatever my psychology is that's going on here. And as the song was flowing, I knew where I was going. I knew this is going to affect me, man. I'm still fighting with every ounce of energy I have to keep this focused on this review and this breakdown. So I apologize if I've gone in a direction you didn't expect, because to be honest with you, it took me in a direction I didn't expect. But the brilliance of Nightwish, and I think Tuomas and Floor and Troy and everybody that create these sounds, I think the best part about it is, as scared as I am of those feelings, as afraid of those feelings as I may be, terrified, just absolutely terrified. Man, look, I'd rather jump out of a plane, bro. I'd rather do a lot of other things than face how I feel, really through all my own crap, all the masks that I wear and the guards that we put up and the walls that we put up. I think the reason I'm okay with it is because I feel safe with them with me. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Like, I tell people all the time, most of what I've done in life, crazy, whatever, has been done out of fear. Fear of whatever. Fear of being called chicken. Fear of staying in the place I was and it wasn't going to turn out well, but yet I'm still scared to go out there and do what I have to do. So you face fears quite often in life. And like I said, the one mad respect level I give Tuomas and Nightwish is, no matter what fear you're facing when you're listening to their music, the music provides enough of a safety and security and a Linesian blanket, if you will, to take with you on that journey so you don't feel alone. So well done, man. That was very well done. You guys got me. You hit me right in my feels. So I'm sure we'll be talking about this on Saturday for the live stream. So I appreciate that. And I appreciate Tuomas. If anyone can get him a message, man, thank you. I appreciate that. Again, this is one of those songs where it's like, I want everybody to hear it because it's an awesome tune. I don't want to hear it again, but if I'm working at a radio station, where do I put it? It is quite a unique thing that they're doing, but I think more people should hear it. I think the world should see more of Nightwish. But then again, I don't want them caught up in the machine. Anyway, I'm sorry. My brain is a little bit oatmeal right now. I appreciate all of your suggestions. Thank you very much for that. Nightwish, How's the Heart? Acoustic Session, Planet Rock. Greatly appreciated. Rocking the shirt. Thank you, Rich. Thank you to everybody for your suggestions. Thank you for all of your kind words and your help. You are my Sherpas on this new music journey, and I thank you for all of the help that you have given me down in the comment section and in the DMs. Again, if you have a comment, suggestion, something you want me to rant about, a video you want me to check out, make sure you're linked up with me on social media, all linked down below, and you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. That way you can get me your suggestion. Also, Saturdays, the Wild Side Live, starting at 2 p.m. right here from East Nashville. Another opportunity for you to ask me questions and get me your suggestions. Thank you again very much for being who you are. 2022 was an awesome year. It was an unexpected year for me, and I look forward to 2023 and furthering my journey up this mountain of new music. And thank you very much for being my Sherpas on that journey. Thank you to Aspen Dental, Connect 200, Music to See, Gothic Jewelry, and of course, Aunt Betty's Nut Butter. Thank you to all of you for taking time out of your day to watch my video and give me the attention I didn't get when I was a child. Make sure you're looking out for each other. Make sure you're looking out for your neighbor. Try to do at least one good thing a day. I am Eric Clark, and this has been The Wild Side.